Guys, the other instruction structures we have around the diencephalon is the limbic system. Limbic system is important as part of our emotion and also part of our memory. So I'm going to deconstruct this part so I can show you that when I remove this part, this is the if you are looking at the brainstem, and here is the thalamus. So when I remove this part, and we are going to discuss about that uh, uh, as well. Here is the location that you can see. Here is the fornix as a part of your limbic system. You can see the amygdala is important for the emotion, and hippocampus, this part. So amygdala and hippocampus. Hippocampus for the memory as well. When amygdala in here is for the limbic system. As you can see, they are very close to the olfactory center in the temporal lobe. So you can see that they are very close to each other as well. The other structure that we are going to talk about that is uh, thalamus, that we already discussed about that in the sagittal section. I can explain that more. So if I remove this portion, and you can see that here in the ventricular system, the third ventricle is actually in the level of the thalamus. So if I remove the ventricular system, now you can see the thalamus. Here you can see the hypothalamus, and you can see the mammary body. Mammary body is the connection between the hypothalamus and the other part, limbic system. Here is the structure that is important for us as a optic chiasma, that we are going to talk about that in the very on the other model. So the other thing that you can see here is the pineal gland secreting the melatonin, the hormone responsible for the cycle, sleep and awake cycle for us. It's very connected to the hypothalamus and take a signal from the ophthalmic area. The day light inhibit the secretion of melatonin for us. And here you can see the brain stem. If you are looking at this is the brain stem. Midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata are the three parts that you can see that if I put this back, if I put the ventricular system back on the location, so you can see that the interaction between them. So at the level, you can see that cerebral aqueduct is in the midbrain. Fourth ventricle is the border between the pons and medulla oblongata. So third ventricle at the level of the thalamus, cerebral aqueduct in the midbrain, and fourth ventricle is in the level of the pons and medulla oblongata. We already know that the brain stem this portion are very, very important for communication and autonomic nervous system control. You have a lot of the nuclei in this area to coordinate the activity of your body. They are connected with the autonomic nervous system controlled by the hypothalamus, and also the nuclei or the origin of the 12 cranial nerves in this area you have, and we are going to talk about that in few minutes. I'm going to put this together, and you can see that in this condition I didn't put the ventricular system on this. The reason for this is I'm just going to explain the structures you have here is the in the midbrain. Anteriorly, you have a cerebral peduncle that's connecting the cerebrum to the cerebellum, and in the pons also you have a middle cerebral peduncle. It's a major communication between cerebral cortex and the cerebellum in the posterior. There is a one important thing in the back. At this level you will see this is the four rounded objects you can see here. Together, all of them, we call this corpora quadrigemina. Two superior colliculi and two inferior colliculi. Two superior colliculi responsible for the visual, and two inferior colliculi responsible for the auditory part, or auditory reflexes as well. So corpora quadrigemina, pons, and medulla oblongata are the three